Welcome to All Right in Sin City, a podcast about writers and writing in the Windsor-Detroit region. Your podcasters today are
Irene Moore Davis, author, educator, and local historian.
Kim Conklin, Windsor-based writer and filmmaker.
and me, Sarah Jarvis, former bookseller, publishing rep, and literary festival chair.
On today's podcast, we have the continuation of a live recording from Third Man Records in Detroit. It's part 2 of the 4th All Access Café, and this program brings you 2 amazing performances that mix the blues with poetry. The All Access Café is a unique spoken word event with a special focus, serving differently abled artists and audiences. First, we'll hear from Robert Bradley, a Detroit-based blues singer, songwriter, and musician. Then we'll hear a powerful poetry performance by writer and political activist John Sinclair, accompanied by Detroit musician and record producer Tino G. Detroit poet and arts activist ML Liebler MCs the event. Now, here's ML.
We're happy that you're here. You're going to see something really special. And that's what the All Access Cafe is. It's bringing together differently abled artists to perform, read, play. In the future, we'll see some films by Adrian, who is a deaf filmmaker, not tonight, but probably in February. So I bring these folks together. They bring their audiences. You all get together here. God, this sounds like Woodstock or something. You all get together and love each other and get turned on to poets and writers and musicians that you may not have heard before, and therefore opening up channels of communication, which I think are pretty important, especially these days. So without further ado, I'd like to bring Tino G up. All right, we ready, Tino?
Yeah, how many songs should
At least 5.
4 or 5? Do 4. 4. 4 is good. Do 4 unless you can get a raise.
Please welcome Robert Bradley!
Well, this, how should I say this? It hears like this is a very informal thing. You know, everybody is naked but me. But you know I can't see good, so you might have clothes on, I don't know. But I'm gonna try to sing something. Let's see. Let me get this guitar right. I can't hear the guitar like I want it, but
Hey, Cameron, turn the guitar on.
a little bit. You know, I'm 69 years old and I started going deaf in 1983. And so, pretty soon I'm gonna be a cousin to Helen Keller, you know, if you know what I mean. But I've been working on the start of this song. I hope my man is recording this because I really don't know the words. I just know the melody. And it goes something like this. I'm in love with a new girl. Sunshine in her eye. In my world, I'm in love with a new girl. Sunshine in the morning brightens up my world. She got a job working for Mr. Ford. She drives a Mustang. Oh Lord, will she let me on board? 'Cause I'm in love with a new girl. Sunday morning, oh, she brightens up my world. I'm in love with a new brighten my world, yeah, yeah. I'm in love with this new girl, Lord. Sunshine in the morning, oh, brightens up my world. Let me tell you something else. When she come home, I don't have to tell that bitch to get to the stove. You know she told me she gonna stay with me. She don't give a damn if I get old. She ain't gonna worry. She ain't gonna worry about the money, you see. 'Cause this new girl, she ain't love at nobody but me. Hey! I'm in love with a new girl. She ain't no 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I'm telling you. She's a new girl in my world. I'm in love with this new girl. Oh, Lord. The woman's so pretty. She can rock any man's world. Oh, baby, I'm in love. I'm in love. Oh. I'm in love with this new little girl, Lord. She's a woman, I love, brightens up my world, Lord. I'm in love with a new girl, Lord. Thank you very much. I don't know whether I had some good words on that or bad. I don't really know, but really, to tell you the truth, I don't give a damn, really, because, you know what I mean? I don't worry about nothing, no more in life, because of one reason. I've been blind for 69 years. I've never been hit by a car. I was in a carjacking one time, but the boy felt sorry for me because I couldn't see. He said, I ain't gonna shoot you because you're blind. I said, well, now, man, don't you shoot the other folks? We had a personal conversation. You know, I said, what? He said, man, you know what? He said, my daddy was blind. He said, that's the only reason I ain't gonna shoot you. It's right there on 7 miles of Ryan, right there. I'm telling you. I was sitting in the car listening to the blues and had the windows down, and my woman went in to get me a 40 ounce, you know what I mean, because I was already smoking weed before it became legal. And I'm going to keep, now it's going to be illegal smoking. You know what I mean, because I ain't got to be worried about that. But what I'm saying is that when you live right and you treat people right, you could be in a dark place, but the sun will shine. I don't know how many I got, but this is my favorite song I ever wrote in my life. And it says, it's all good to be born in America, y'all, where all men are free. hold up the home of the red, the white, and the blue. Raise the flag, Lord, or raise the white. Stumble in the world, think America's gonna die. I'm gonna sing it a long night day. I bet old glory gonna swing there in the wind. It'll good, y'all, to be born in America. Where all men are free. The white and the blue. All right, I got one more for y'all, cause me myself, I can sit here and say, cause this is what I do at home, I have a joint, I drank some beer, I ain't got no beer, but I drank some beer, and I got a piano over there, and I really play piano. I really don't play guitar. I just learned guitar since I was 27, but I've been playing piano since I was 11 at School for the Blind in Talladega, Alabama. And then I came up here. You got to believe you can say whatever you want about Detroit, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna work on it again. It goes like this. The rain coming Spain, for mainly on the plain, and I think about the time I was a kid. Mama's cooking dinner, the daddy's on the job every day. Tell me what I say. So listen, I'm glad to be home in the Motor City. Hey. I'm glad to be home, y'all, in the Motor City. Hey. Listen, the Tigers still trying to play baseball. The Pistons want to win it all, and I still think about a Super Bowl. I hope the Lions can do it, y'all. I want to see the Super Bowl before I get too damn old. It get too damn old. But let me tell y'all, I'm glad to be home in the Motor City. Hey, I'm glad to be home, y'all, in the Motor City. Cause let me tell you something. Let the wheels roll straight down 8 Mile Road. I got something to do right there on Woodward Avenue. Lord, I feel my blood shiver, waiting on that bus Grand River. I feel so alive, just cruising out of drive. Lord, I'm glad to be home. In a Motor City. Now listen, I live in the Northwest, but I ain't got nothing wrong with the Northeast. I just love those Persian doughboys. Well, some things have changed. changed. My love still remains the same throughout the years. Lord, I shed some tears. Oh, but Lord, I'm glad to be home. Oh, in the Motor City. Lord, I'm glad to be home, yo. In a Motor City. I don't care what nobody say. I love the Motor City anyway. 'Cause the girls are so pretty in the Motor City. The girls are so pretty, oh, in the Motor City. I'm glad to be home in the Motor City for the rest of my life. Thank you, good night.
Robert Bradley. But I've asked John Sinclair to come over to read us some poems. And he said, damn it, I'll be there if Ed Sanders is there. And sure enough, he's here. And so is John Sinclair. So please welcome John Sinclair.
Thanks, General. That's a shoulder I broke.
That's the wrong one.
Sorry. Well, I wasn't having enough trouble. My walker collapsed underneath me and I fell over and broke my shoulder. Old people, we're a mess. Well, I want to do a poem and then I want to tell you a little story and then I want to do a couple of blues poems. Pretty much well eaten up the little time they've left for us. But I want to thank Tino Gross for How about that blues we were talking about? You know, my best friend was murdered right around the corner from here in 1979. And I'd like to, for my own spiritual well-being, I like to offer this poem for him in this location. It's called My Buddy. It was inspired by the Dr. John version of the song My Buddy, and Dr. John was my buddy also, and he's now gone, so. You ready?
Do it.
Marcus Belgrave, standing outside the church in that tan trench coat, snowflakes dropping softly into the upturned bell of his golden horn, sending up some beautiful music into the celestial ears of our beloved pal, Henry Normile, literally blasted away just days ago at Cass and Willis by shotgun shells through the neck. But now, surely resting his weary ass on a cloudly bed full of gorgeous angels, busily ministering to his every need, according to his personal creed: cocaine, pussy, and lobster, in that order. Oh, Henry, can see the big grin that lights up your angelic face, digging the lovely sounds of Marcus. Now as always, in heaven as it was on earth, forever and ever. Amen. My man, hey, fucking man. My buddy Henry Normal. Thank you. My buddy. Okay, I wanted to show you. In April, Jet Plastic Recordings is going to issue a 4-disc vinyl box set of the recordings in my book called Fattening Frogs and Snakes. And this is the culmination of a project that began almost 40 years ago in 1982. But two things propelled this book. One was the issue of a great book by Robert Palmer called Deep Blues that my pal Harry Duncan sent to me. And then the other was a publication by Edward Sanders of a small book of literary criticism called Investigative Poetry. Well, and I read this book and it just blew me away. And I hadn't written any poems for about 15 years because my thinking got too convoluted, and I was a social activist, and I couldn't figure out how to make the poetry and what you were trying to say about getting rid of the government go in the same channel somehow. And I read this book and I realized that it didn't have to be about that. It could be about the other things that were important to me, like Muddy Waters, Thelonious Monk. So I discovered a way into writing this verse that I've been doing ever since '82. I finished the book about 2002. And then since then I recorded the 4 parts of the book in 4 different records. And one in New Orleans, one in Detroit, one in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and one in Oxford, Mississippi. Anyway, it's all going to be on this record in one book, and then we're going to reprint the book of poems, which I sold out, and put it inside the box of the records. So my dream's going to be realized. And I owe Ed Sanders. Thanks, Ed. So I'd like to do the first and hopefully the last poems in this book. Just a condensed version, but you get the idea pretty good. Well, we want the real slow Delta blues. That one. Yeah. Muddy Waters say there ain't too many left that plays the real deep blues. There ain't too many more left. There ain't too many left sings the type of blues that I sing. Muddy Waters to Robert Palmer in his great book called Deep Blues. This is the Delta sound. Sing a little bit, Tino. Yeah. Delta begins down Highway 61 through Tunica and into Clarksdale, Mississippi. This is where the music was born and bred in miles and miles of cotton fields, one-room shacks, dirt roads stretching across the countryside. Standing at the crossroads where 49 meets 61, or waiting in the dark for the train to make it down the track and jump on board because anywhere else is better than this place. This is where the music came to be. Boogie lightning against the sky. Charlie Patton and Tommy Johnson making their pacts with the devil at the stroke of midnight. Legba at the crossroads of Africa and America. Black men and women dragged in chains and shipped in chains and whipped into Mississippi, where the music came to life under the whip and the gun, and hours of relentless sun beating down every day on the slave peoples, cutting trees, pulling stumps like mules, plowing the cleared land, planting, picking cotton, dawn to dark, the music deep inside them, coming out in grunts and groans and moans of the spirits of the ancestors in the train whistles, in the air, everywhere, the land soaked with their blood, the night alive with the spirit voices wailing over their crops, the fruits of their labors, the richness of the land, a constant mockery. Everything they made was taken away. Everything was stolen from them. But the music made life go on and moved people to stay alive and led them out of the Delta to Chicago or Detroit, but some big city, some other place where no cotton grows, and the crackers wear suits or carry lunch pails, and the plants pay that good money, and the music gets harder and louder, lightning, electricity, leaping from the walls. The Delta sound brought to bear on the city, deeper than deep, from where all feeling rises. The Delta sound. There ain't too many left. There ain't too many more left. There ain't too many left at all. Yeah. last piece also, we start with Muddy Waters, we end with Muddy Waters. This is written after his great song called Louisiana Blues. It's dedicated to my friends Frank and Peggy Bach. He says, I'm going down in Louisiana, honey, behind the sun. I'm going down in Louisiana, honey, behind the sun. Well, I just found out my troubles just begun. Born McKinley Morganfield in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, April 4th, 1913, down on Highway 61, about halfway between Vicksburg and Greenville. Taken north some 100 miles to Coahoma County by his maternal grandmother at the age of 3 when his mother died, and raised there on the Stuball Plantation between Clarksdale and Ryers Point, where he gained a new name from all the time playing in the mud and eating it. Muddy Waters, genius of the blues, master of verse, voice, and guitar, an interpreter of songs like this one by the Bard of Vicksburg, Mr. Willie Dixon. I got a black cat bone, I got a mojo tooth, I got the John the Conqueror, I'm gonna mess with you. This is Muddy Waters speaking. Take some of your hair from a certain spot on the top of your head and bury it or put it in running water. That can give you a headache. Now that could be possible, Muddy says. And I think down in Louisiana they could have had a few things that would do something, but if such a thing as a mojo had have been good, you'd had to go down in Louisiana to find one. Where we were, in the Delta, you couldn't do nothing, I don't think. And there is no way I could shake my finger at you and make you bark like a dog, or make frogs and snakes jump out of you. Bullshit. No way. But you know, when you're coming from down that way, you can't leave out something about that mojo thing, because this is what black people really believed in at that time. We played so many times, I'm going down in Louisiana, give me a mojo hand. And I tried to make a picture so you could see it, just like you're looking at it. When I was singing it, I didn't believe in it. No way. But even today, when you you sing the old blues like me. You can't get from around that. I get so many requests. I could play going to Louisiana every night if I would do it. And on the record, little Walter says about going to Louisiana. Oh man, take me with you, man, when you go.
John Sinclair, ladies and
Thanks for joining us. Look for more episodes of All Right in Sin City wherever you listen to podcasts, or check out our website, allrightinsincity.com. For information and announcements of new podcasts, sign up to our email list or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.